here in Guatemala. Happy to have you along for this one. Action taking place in Group A. Panama went out to a great start yesterday in group play. 6-2 they won over Cuba. Guatemala had their celebrations cut short. They were welcomed to the field and in the early going of the game with such vigor from this crowd here at home in Guatemala. Mexico silenced things though early with what turned out to be a 7-2 victory over Guatemala. The scenario here in this one is rather straightforward. If Panama wins, it's done. The only thing that would be left to be played for tomorrow between Mexico and Panama is who is first and who is second. But a win here for Panama would guarantee that Mexico and Panama go through to the semifinal. Guatemala and Cuba would both be eliminated. If there's any other result, it does not guarantee that. A draw between Panama and Guatemala would still put Mexico through, but the second place spot would be up for grabs tomorrow. A win for Guatemala would mean that both spots would still be up for grabs, and Mexico could possibly still slip out into third place. So there's a whole slew of different possibilities. The simplest path forward for Mexico and Panama, though, is a win tonight for Panama. Teams are set to take the court. We'll have
Damas y caballeros, les pedimos deseen que para escuchar el himno nacional de Panamá.
Another impassioned anthem here for Guatemala in front of their home crowd, and they face a situation where they must come away with at least 1 point to stay alive. Panama have an opportunity tonight with a win to punch a ticket into the semifinal. It would get Mexico through as well if they were to win. Here is the starting group for Panama. Head coach Amarales de Vera sends out Nadia Ducro, Kenya Rangel, Gloria Sáenz, Erika Hernandez, and Maria Montenegro. 2 goals accounted for in the starting group. Kenya Rangel with the 2 goals yesterday. Both came on kicks from the second penalty mark. And they have 4 more goals accounted for on the bench. Maritza Escartin, Estefania Salas, and Ariadna Abadia. Panama will take on Mexico tomorrow in a game that, again, could just be about seeding who's first, who's second in the group. But with both knowing they're playing in Saturday's semifinal, the winners of the semifinals on Saturday make it to Sunday's final, play for glory on Sunday, but also, by making the final, guarantee themselves a spot in the World Cup later this year in the Philippines. That's what's at stake here in the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship. Officials for the day are led by Anthony Terborg, with Ramon Mejia, Matt Rodman, and Christian Pahia. Captains out for the coin toss. Kenya Rangel for Panama. Grecia Santizo for Guatemala. Scored yesterday, Santizo. Her goal at the time made it 5-2. Was further cutting into the deficit against Mexico, but that was it. That was as far as they would come. Here's the rest of the starting group. Catherine Arroche in goal. Andrea Chajon, who scored their first goal yesterday. Alison Chavez, Grecia Santizo, and Jocelyn Cinto for head coach Jose Gonzalez. Both of their goals yesterday accounted for in this starting group between Chajon and Santizo. Do or die situation for Guatemala. Panama an opportunity to be carefree tomorrow, knowing they're already in the semifinal. It'll be Panama left to right in the white, Guatemala right to left in the blue. And away we go. Final match of the day here in Guatemala. Action in Group A between Panama and the host nation. Panama almost comes away with it, and they earn a foul in the early going. Pulled in long off the free kick and dealt with defensively by Chavez. Roche made some big saves in goal yesterday for Guatemala. Yesterday we saw this Guatemalan side against Mexico really not see much of the ball. Fully controlled by Mexico, who asserted themselves again today in their demonstrative win over Cuba. Again, 4-1. Felt like it could have been more at times. Last night, 7-2 over Guatemala. Worked centrally here for the home side. Thing we learned about this Guatemalan crowd yesterday, they don't like when the opponent passes around the back and possession as the boo birds rain down. Working through on the turn, it's saved, still loose here. Opportunity for Panama to open the scoring, and ultimately it's Karam's in. Gloria Sáenz with her first of the tournament. And much like yesterday, Guatemala conceding early, taking the crowd a bit out of it in the early stages. Well, not as early as yesterday when Mexico scored just 15 seconds in. Persistence here from Sáenz. All about the response for Guatemala. Yesterday, it was 5 goals to start out for the opposition for Mexico. Snowballed on Guatemala. And they respond better today after conceding early. Cycling the possession down to the near side. A heavy touch from Cinto. Kept alive. Given away. Sáenz plays it off. Back to Sáenz. Try from distance here is saved by Ducrot. Guatemala yesterday resorted, to a number of those shots from distance. They were kept out of the perimeter by Mexico. Fraction on the kick in. Goes against Panama. As it stands, Panama and Mexico would both be through to the semifinal. Big questions loom over who will come out of Group B at the moment. As it stands, you'd fancy Costa Rica as one of the two teams. They take on Honduras tomorrow. A Honduran side that has lost both their matches by a combined 13-0, 7-0 and 6-0. Should Costa Rica take care of them, they would be through on 7 points. Canada and the United States meet with the U.S. on 4 points, Canada on 3. A draw there would guarantee the U.S. a spot through. Canada must win in order to give themselves an opportunity. Possibility is still there for the U.S. to get through with a loss. That's also if Honduras were to beat Costa Rica. A number of different permutations tomorrow. Conventional wisdom would say that one of those teams will be, though, Costa Rica, given their matchup against Honduras. And it comes down to the U.S. and Canada. Well, this isn't like some other traditional outdoor soccer tournaments you'd see where there are multiple courts, and on the last day of group play, you'd find simultaneous action. We will know the answer of what happens between Costa Rica and Honduras before the United States and Canada square off. That'll set up some drama late tomorrow. All eyes, though, squarely on Group A at the moment. The host, Guatemala, trying to stay alive. Panama trying to guarantee a spot into the semifinal already tonight and not have to sweat it on the third match day tomorrow. Catalan, cross court. Worked through on the turn. Ramos, taken away by Montenegro. Montenegro again. Looking through, intercepted. Out to midfield, Montenegro. Cutting in, Rangel. Rangel goes for a goal and scores! 2 goals yesterday, both on set pieces. Now has one from the open run of play, and Panama leads 2-0. Oh, just an absolute dart from Rangel. No chance for the keeper. Less than 5 minutes in, Panama with a 2-0 lead on Guatemala, taking the crowd out of it a bit. Chip through. Garzado. Garzado going for goal. Click through. And for Panama, it's Salas. Taken back by Guatemala. Montenegro shielding, brought down. For Guatemala, you have to be thinking about some way to just limit the damage here. Needing at least a point to stay alive. Down 2 goals already. Hernandez calling for it. Back up top for Chavez. Cinto, Chavez, Chavez. It's over the top here, saved by Oroche and cleared. There's that last chance. Oroche made the save. Back down the other way for Panama. Backdoor. It was there for a tap-in. Just beyond the reach of Salas. So close. If she would have gone with the right foot, might have had it. Really good in possession, this Panamanian side. Cycling it through, trying to find the moments. Work to Justiniani. Played through, chance for Guatemala. The save made in front by Ducros. Second save she's made. Goes long on the punt herself. Panama Roche maybe out of position. Played back post, and again Ducros diving in the way of it. Ahead here for Panama. A lot of contact there. Foul against Roche. There was that last effort for Guatemala. The foul here against Guatemala. Panama in a good spot now on the free kick. They have drawn up here on the free kick. Salas will get it into play. The wall right next to the goalkeeper, Oroche. Interesting setup here for Guatemala. Cuts down the options of Salas. Almost forced to play this off. Salas lays it off, tucked inside. Well defended by Guatemala and played all the way through. Minutes gone in this first half. Catalan. Chavez. Works it back for Catalan. In the circle, Catalan finds Santizo. Good movement this from Guatemala. Santizo. That's Catalan. Drops it back for Catalan. Panama, the 2 early goals. Guatemala trying to battle. Need at least a point to stay alive. Panamanian win puts both Panama and Mexico through to the semifinal, even before tomorrow's final match day of group play. Patience from Panama on the ball. Played through, flicked on. Cheekily done, just wide. Halfway through this first half. Laid off for Rangel with the goal already. Drop back in for Catalan, cross court. Again, trying to find a way through Guatemala. Pulled back by Arizado, crowd imploring the shot. Catalan now goes for a goal, saved. Now ahead by Rangel, deflected, corner. From the corner, up to Perez. Free kick coming again for Panama. Set up by the captain, Rangel. It'll be Rangel to get it back in. Laid off, Perez. Perez goes for goal, saved. Solares. Guatemala just not finding any easy passageway through. Santizo, the captain, trying to will them on here. In this first half, down by 2 goals. Nice cut back, the shot blocked. Laid off. Cajon goes for goal, pulls it wide. In the center circle, Santizo. Forced to her right. Santizo drops it back. Struggling to find anything productive right now, Guatemala. Santizo drops it back. All of a sudden, Guatemala finding more time on the ball, but it's not going anywhere with it. Santizo picks it up. Try from distance from Cajon, saved. Malo wins it. Santizo seeing a lot of time on the ball. Captain leading the charge. Santizo. Cinto. Back across field for Catalan. Cinto. Cinto, back door. Oh, that's the moment. That's the ball, and that's the moment that Guatemala's been looking for. Timeout taken by Panama.
Se están metiendo una en el interior aquí, ¿para qué? Para que esta ala salga y deje esta, pero ¿qué va a pasar? Si meto en el interior, tapa la línea de pase, esta se mantiene aquí. Cuando llega el balón, ¿qué pasa?
Listening in on the huddles here
Aquí.
from the coaches.
Y hay una intro, y el ala baja y este cierra. Porque están tratando de cargar línea. Y cuando cargan línea, no confunde esta parte. Que es lo que le pasó a ustedes ahora mismo allá. Se confunden en esto, que una entra, sale y queda toda ella contra uno. El cierre tiene que salir aquí y el ala tiene que cerrar. Siempre cerrado, siempre cerrado. Y no se hundan los vivos, no se hundan. Adelante, adelante.
Saque de banda, pégate a los pibos.
See if that timeout does any good for Guatemala. It was taken by Panama. Still an opportunity then for Guatemala to talk things over after the first half we've seen so far. Played through and eye taken off the ball. Mishandled by Hernandez. Guatemala on the ball again. Chavez. Cinto. Awkward coming together there. Whistle blows. Corner. Chavez to take. Blasted all the way through. Tripped up top. Brought down by Hernandez. Goes no further. Chavez. Bill Chavez. Try from distance, saved by Ducro. Second ball came out. All the way to the keeper on O'Shea. Chavez. Catalan. Panama, just defensive shape-wise, are not allowing anything easy through for Guatemala. Just that one ball to the back post. Could have been a tap-in goal a few moments ago, but Santizo was a step too late. Heavy collision. Free kick for Panama. Fifth foul now against Guatemala. Played short. Panama looking for something. They're comfortable right now, Panama. Sure, they'd like a third and more comfort, but up 2-0, in control, haven't allowed many opportunities, and a win gets them through to the semifinal, guaranteed. Group A semifinal spots would be decided tonight if this result holds. Mexico and Panama through. Cuba and Guatemala eliminated. That is if this holds. Panama win would seal the deal. Under 3.5 to go in this first half. Catalan. A lot of patience from Guatemala. Very different than yesterday. They're on the ball a lot more. Didn't see much of it against Mexico. So if yesterday and today were any indication, Mexico is going to outpossess any team they play. But more time on the ball for Guatemala in this one. Part of that is Panama with a 2-goal lead, sitting back defensively in a good shape. Catalan. Slip through, chance brewing for Santizo, not meant to be in that instance. Quickly taken off the kick in. A wide open. Barrios misfired on the service. Two to play in this first half. Crowd trying to get Guatemala back into it. Antizo. Catalan. Try from distance is blocked. Chavez wins it back. Chavez deflected. Santizo. You have to be careful if you're Guatemala not to commit a foul. Be a kick from the second penalty mark for Panama. Loose save by Roche. Nice give and go. Drifts too far for Gloria Sáenz, who opened the scoring tonight. Kenya Rangel supplied the second. There's that save again from Aroche. Santizo. Nice move from Santizo, still with it. Santizo in front, saved by Ducro. From the corner, clean a shot. Cajon goes short. Barrios with it again. Barrios wastes it. One by Guatemala. 3-on-2. Going for goal. Saved by Ducro. A risky challenge from Guatemala. Already on 5 fouls. Under 20 seconds to play. Looking back post. Oh, the run never came. Cajon started it, but then cut inside instead of continuing it. Played long by Panama, almost settled. Clock winding down, 7 seconds. Might do it for this first half. Is there one last try for Guatemala? 2 seconds. Play it off, crowd imploring a shot to be taken, none. In the end, for Guatemala was taken, and it goes to the break with Panama up 2-0 on Guatemala. Set to begin this second half of play here in Guatemala with the host nation on the brink of elimination. Need at least a point to survive here tonight. Down 2-0 at half. Making a halftime goalkeeper switch as well. Tony Davila comes on as she did last night in this same situation, subbing on at halftime. A win for Panama. They clinch a spot in the semifinal. Guatemala left to right in the blue, Panama right to left in the white. And away we go. Second half, a decisive half on the way. Played through. Good look for Guatemala. Good way to start this half for their confidence. And an inflection at the back. Violation on the pass back for Panama. Sets up Guatemala with an opportunity. Discussions going on between Chavez and Santizo. All the players lined up in front of the goal here for Panama. What do Guatemala have cooked up here? Try and find an alleyway through and find an early second half goal that will turn the momentum around, turn the crowd around, breathe life back into it, breathe life back into their chances. Santizo rolls it, laid back, the shot off the crossbar. Now given away, Panama the other way. And no doubt a foul on Guatemala. Oh, heartbreaking strike there for Cinto. Cajon lost it. Awkwardly handled by Davila. Out for Panama possession. Taken away at midfield. Chance here, Davila. Heavy tackle, Brunken coming out. Net empty. Davila vacating. Chance here, out for a corner. Player down for Panama. Contain it, Erica Hernandez. crunching challenge, but a clean one. Turn for Hernandez. Pressure taking her off. From the corner after all that here, Panama looking for a third. And saved. From the quick kick in, saved again by Ducros, but a few big saves. Guatemala tantalizingly close and in this game, but not finding the goal that they desperately need. 2 minutes into the second half, but chances are starting to mount for Guatemala. Yellow card to Alison Chavez. Wiping up a wet spot, caused the delay. Played out wide, down the left wing, back post again, looking for Aresado. The ball is on for Guatemala. A couple of times it's nearly come off. Crowd willing on this home side. Cinto. Looking in line. There goes Panama. Heavy contact again. Guatemala's being very aggressive in the second half, but the referees are letting it play out. Try from distance here, the header, oh, just wide. So much success on that back post, Guatemala, finding open players. They just still haven't connected. Santizo had to go through her legs. One back. Briefly by Cinto. Pressure on from Guatemala. Battling in the corner. One back by Guatemala. Head out in front. Slower pace in the second half with Panama trying to defend this lead. Only 4 minutes gone in this second half. Panama not finding anything in the attacking half so far here in half number 2. It's been Guatemala knocking on the door, but they haven't picked it down yet. Slowly ahead from Guatemala. Yuji. Cajon. Panama keeping everything on the perimeter for Guatemala out for a corner. From the corner, off the defender at the near post, it was Montenegro. From Guatemala, deflected. And it'll be Panama's ball. Applause as Ruspe Barrios helped off the court. Back to the action now. Working around the back. Chavez. Given away by Catalan. The other way, it's Rangel. Rangel cutting in. Corner for Panama. Okay, back by Rangel. Nice move by Montenegro. Hernandez ahead. Good ball in behind. Batista tripped down. Referee thought about calling it, but let it go. Brought the whistle to the mouth. Chavez. And forth with it for Gigi. On the turn, nicely done, dinked in front. Hyen's was lurking. Given away, right up the middle, chance for Panama over the bar. Cinto lays it off. Played through. A good moment. The ball in behind. Guatemala searching. On the right flank, Santizo creating. Player down for Panama, Gloria Sáenz. Look down the right flank. Panama playing through it. Hernandez out of play. Play through, back post again for Guatemala. It's there. Just haven't converted. Foul against Guatemala. 11 and change to go here in this second half. Went quickly for it, Panama. Down the right wing, played through the shot at the doorstep. It's there. Oh, again, so tantalizingly close to Guatemala. Got through the goalkeeper, but couldn't get it in. Defended on the line by Panama. Panama might need a timeout. Ever since they went up 2-0, they've just sat back and defended, and they're living on the edge right now. I know their priority is just defending out the 2-goal lead, because a win gets them to the semifinal, but if you give up the first, the opposition has all the momentum in the world to get the second. Distance here, there it is! Finally, Guatemala, through Santizo, the captain, find the moment they've been so desperately waiting for. Brilliant strike. Did it take a slight deflection? Might have. Either that or Ducral just didn't get a good read on it. Either way, game on.
Grecia, profunda, pero dándole no a la espalda. Exacto. De este lado, y me juegas. Negra, perdón, Sofi, de este lado. Acá.
I'm out on the court.
Profundizamos balón.
Some renewed hope for Guatemala. You can sense it in the huddle.
La chica del lado contrario tiene que aparecer. Sí o sí tiene que aparecer. Ahí va a caer el balón. Porque ellos siguen a esta marca. Estamos, pero con paciencia. Paciencia al primero. Ya bueno, ya hicimos lo más complicado. Estamos. Está claro.
El balón queda rebotando calvo para aventar.
Pero sin falta.
Sin falta de Rafa. Pero mira que se van a poner una ropa, no se les vaya a reír.
And Panama hold on. Earlier today, we saw this happen between the United States and Costa Rica. 2-0 lead for the U.S. Costa Rica scored to make it 2-1, and all the momentum, and then scored late. Guatemala trying to double up quickly. Halfway through the second half. Panama wins, they're through. So too would Mexico. If Guatemala were able to tie, Mexico would still be through, but Panama would not be safe. Sets up a scenario where tomorrow, a win for Guatemala and a loss for Panama against Mexico, coupled with the goal differential, which would be within reason, would still be able to get Guatemala through, and Panama would be out. Need a point to stay alive and make tomorrow meaningful, Guatemala, and they need a goal to do that. Flip through, back post, high angle! Garzado finally makes amends for the previous misses at the back post by Guatemala. Just like that, 2 goals in 2 minutes, we're level at 2. That ball has been on the whole second half, begging for somebody to put it home. And almost missed here by Garzado, you'll see. It actually hits the post and goes in. Almost missed it. And that might have been the most calamitous miss of all if that one didn't go in. But that's just simply a hypothetical now. It went in, it's 2-2, and this game is back to square one. Listen to the crowd. Into it again. Right from distance here. All momentum for Guatemala. Game has completely turned in the second half. Save made by Ducro. Crowd can sense it. And now that it's 2-2, one of the scenarios that I haven't really addressed yet because Panama had been up by 2 goals. If Guatemala wins this game, then Mexico's not safe either. It'd be Mexico on 6, Panama on 3, Guatemala on 3, Cuba on 0. there's a possible permutation tomorrow depending on goal differentials and tiebreakers where you would actually have Mexico, Guatemala, and Panama all on 6 points, and possibly Mexico going home. So Mexico is sitting back watching this right now. They're rooting for this score to stay the same or for Panama to win. The last thing Mexico wants is Guatemala to end up taking all 3 points, because then they would have to still battle and worry tomorrow. Whipped in front. Panama comes away with it. And an elbow thrown back behind the plate. Foul was called. Chavez holding her face. Yellow card being shown to Lauri Batista. Ooh, swung around with the left hand there. Referee was right on top of it. Shot deflected. Now the left wing, Guatemala. Another instance of the forearm up in the face. This time it's Montenegro. Another foul against Panama. They're unraveling. 2 goals been given up. Now all of a sudden their foul total is rising. In a match that was 2-0, did they take the foot off the gas too early and just try to defend far too early? Garzado, who scored the tying goal. Blocked. Chance to get the other way for Panama. Panama, I believe that last foul was their 5th. Unless they score at the table erroneously, has the 5 positioned on the table as the warning. So it could be that the next foul against Panama sets up Guatemala with a kick from the second penalty mark. Under 7 minutes to play. Guatemala needs just a point to stay alive. Given away. Panama trying to restore the lead. Tackle put in, foul called. They thought it was clean on the bench there for Guatemala. On the replay, clearly not clean. No doubt a foul. Pardon me, that warning was put on the table because it was Guatemala who was up against it with 5 fouls already. So Panama have an opportunity here from the second penalty mark. Ariadna Abadia scored 2 goals yesterday. Abadia scored 2 of these yesterday. Kicks from the second penalty mark, so it's her 3rd effort. Already 2 for 2 to restore Panama's lead. put them on the brink of qualifying for the semifinal, put Guatemala on the brink of elimination. Staring down the goalkeeper, Tony Davila. There's the whistle. Apadia denied by Davila. Rebound, she scores! The air comes out of the building. Apadia on the rebound, persistent. Panama back up by 1. Mexico elsewhere breathing a sigh of relief. A win or a draw would put Mexico through. So now they know that they have a 1-goal cushion. It would take 2 goals by Guatemala to not allow Mexico to punch that ticket already tonight. 6.5 to play. Panama withstood the opportunities from Guatemala, and this is aggressive. Wow. 6 minutes and 20 seconds in, they're already flying the goalkeeper to get the extra attacker out there, Guatemala. This is very early to be doing this. Net is empty at the other end. Try off the hands of the goalkeeper and out for a corner. Chavez. Possession goes back to Panama. And Panama trying to get that ball in quickly. They didn't do so quickly enough, and Davila, the goalkeeper's back out there for Guatemala. Keeping Santizo ready, and she comes back out again. Alternating when in possession of the ball and when on defense. The extra attacker and the goalkeeper, the substitutions on the fly. Gotta be careful though, if they lose possession with the ball in play instead of a restart, off the post! Santizo's gotta get back. If they lose possession with the ball in play, it'll be an open net for Panama to shoot at. Look at this one. They took the touch off the defender and onto the post. Luck right now on the side of Panama. Some of the bounces they've had. Santizo works it back for Cinto. Ahead for Chavez, good movement. Santizo wants it back on the give and go. Comes out for Chavez, step on the ball. 5 minutes to go. Santizo cuts inside, goes for a goal, save. All stayed in. Panama gave it away. There's a chance where they could have maybe shot at the empty net. Making the most of the extra attacker right now. This Guatemalan side. But the net's empty at the other end. Risky. Ball stays in. Net is empty, and they missed it. Santizo on the far side. Blocked. Santizo. Deflected, cleared. Just over 4 to play. Into Chavez. Chavez turns. Chavez goes for goal, save made. Rebound. Gathered again. Net is empty. Goalkeeper going for it. Still in play. Net still empty on the volley. There it is. The risk you run if you're Guatemala. They pulled the goalkeeper. Net empty. Ball stayed in play, and Panama back to a 2-goal lead. Well taken volley by Sáenz. It almost paid off with the goalkeeper out. Two really good opportunities for Guatemala. One hit the post, one big save made. Couldn't capitalize. They're done in by Sáenz. The hard work from Guatemala erased. Goal empty again for Guatemala. Santizo, give and go. Santizo, back post. There it is, right back again. 1-goal game. Now Holland finishes. Some finish this is turning out to be here in Guatemala. And we still have 3:46 to play. Try from distance here. Santizo get it back into play quickly with the kick in. With the goalkeeper down though, Ducro. Stoppage. Goalkeeper down. Gave the opportunity for a timeout to be called, and I believe it was taken by Panama. Either way, opportunity for both teams to talk things over. What a wild run it's been here in this second half. Now a 1-goal game again. With 6:20 remaining, Guatemala decided to fly the goalkeeper, get the extra attacker out there. It was a 3-2 scoreline at the time. Panama scored in the empty net moments ago, but moments later, Guatemala brought a goal back to bring it within one again. 3:24 remaining in this 1-goal game. Mind you, it was 2-2 until that 6:20 mark when a goal was scored by Abadia. Had her shot from the second penalty mark saved, but scored on the rebound. So it has been some 3-minute stretch here. 3 minutes ago, it was 2-2. Here we are at 4-3 Panama. Santizo back with 3 minutes to go. Deflected, net still empty. Can Panama slam the door? No, Santizo hustles back. Two-handed shove there from Panama. Guatemala wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Referee just missed that one. No doubt about it, a foul. You saw there in the close-up, his eyes went down to check to see when the ball went out of play. So he might have just missed the push, but Panama gets fortunate that no other official spotted it and called it. 2.5 minutes remaining. Given away. Antizo has to hustle back or hustle off to get the goalkeeper out there. Looks like she's going to hustle off to get Davila out there. Antizo. Net empty, chance for Panama to put it away. Oh, well, they drew that mistake. Dropping to her knees after the miss. Lauri Batista. Two minutes to play. Should be a 2-goal game, but it isn't. Guatemala let off the hook there. They need a goal to stay alive. A Panama win puts Panama and Mexico through, eliminates Guatemala and Cuba. This finishes as a tie. Guatemala is still alive going into tomorrow. Panama and Mexico would play tomorrow just to see who's first and who's second. It wouldn't really mean anything at the moment because they wouldn't know who they're playing anyway. And based on what we've seen so far from Group B, I wouldn't really know how to establish who you think is the best team in that group, where you might want to avoid this team and play that team. It's all very even in Group B. Costa Rica beat Canada. Canada and the United States beat Honduras. Costa Rica tied the U.S., and now the U.S. plays Canada tomorrow. No telling what the preferred matchup would be between Panama and Mexico. I think you just go out there tomorrow and have a stress-free day, knowing you're both through the semifinal. And try to play your best futsal possible and see who's best. Panama looking to slam the door shut here. Santizo slide tackle. Shoving Davila back in to get the proper goalkeeper back out there with 1 minute and 1 second remaining. Under a minute to play. Panama trying to shield this off now, 40 seconds. Slip through. Contact. And it's going to be a kick from the second penalty mark again now for Panama. It can really end this here. Albadia subs back in to take the kick. Abadia had her shot saved moments ago back at the 6:20 mark. but scored on the rebound. She scored 2 of these yesterday, has 3 goals in the tournament. How does she approach this one this time? Saved by the right leg of Davila last time. Her right, Abadia's left. Abadia saved. Rebound for Panama is there. Cleared away by Guatemala. All time, she went like right down the middle. Played through on the kick in off the post. Better seal the deal. Play continues instead. 20 seconds, 1-goal game. Have to go if you're Guatemala. It'll stay Guatemala possession. A loss and they're eliminated mathematically with Panama and Mexico going through. Has to happen now. Given away. Panama the other way. Rolled ahead. Chance to score again. Save. Rebound. Doesn't matter now. There's no way Guatemala gets down the other end and scores. Panama puts it in. Clock will wind down. Horn will sound. Panama, Mexico are both through to the semifinal out of Group A, courtesy of this 4-3 win by Panama over Guatemala. The host nation, Guatemala and Cuba, are both mathematically eliminated here after just 2 days of group play. What a wild finish this was. Panama was up 2-0. Guatemala tied at 2-2. Panama went back up by 2 at 4-2. Guatemala pulled to go back, and it finishes there at 4-3. I'll look back at the full-time highlights from Panama's wild 4-3 win over Guatemala. That puts both Panama and Mexico through to the semifinal. Have them on the brink of possibly a spot in the World Cup later this year in the Philippines. Early on, it was Gloria Saenz with the goal. About a minute and change into the game. Back-to-back games for Guatemala in front of this raucous crowd, where it almost seemed like the jitters got to them and they conceded early. Yesterday, it was 15 seconds in. Today, it was a little over a minute in. And then in the first half, Panama would double down. They would find a second in this first half. Come through Rangel, dribbling across midfield on her own, rifling one in. 2-0 lead, and it stayed that way for a long time. They got to a point where they just sat back defensively. They didn't really have much possession. They gave it up to Guatemala. They were just biding their time defensively, trying to see this one through come the second half. And they came close, but Guatemala roared back in half number 2. There are some of these moments you're seeing that Guatemala had passes to the back post or begging to be tapped home and they just missed it or had it saved. Well, they would convert on those in the second half. New life for Guatemala. Set piece here. Didn't quite pan out. Hit the crossbar. Dangerous moment. On the shot by Jocelyn Cinto. Then off another set piece. Save made. Cinto again. Looking at the back post. Goes wide from the corner. Saved at the near post by the defender. Other way, Panama had another opportunity of their own. Just through the goal mouth. This one cleared off the line. It was begging to be tapped in by Danisa Dominguez. Now Santizo creating again for Guatemala. Would score. The moment would finally come on her strike. And a great strike it was, maybe aided by the slightest of deflections right there. But still whizzing past the keeper, made it 2-1. And just a short while later, and a nice move down the right wing. Chavez finds to the back post. Guerrazano, he taps it in. Almost missed it, hit the post, but pinged off the post and in. A sign that maybe Guatemala's luck was turning here on this night. A little while later, the fouls caught up to Guatemala. The kick from the second penalty mark was saved, with a rebound put in by Abadia. They pulled the goalkeeper early, Guatemala, with 6:20 remaining. Very much a risk to get the extra attacker out there, and it didn't pay off. Panama through Saenz into the empty net, made it 4-2. Well taken off the bounce. Just moments later, though, with the goalkeeper pulled again for Guatemala, they would pull it back and make it 4-3 to the back post and slot it in by Shajon. So back to a one-goal game again with 3.5 minutes remaining, and they would find some opportunities to try and tie the score again, but just not meant to be. Abadia had another kick from the second penalty mark saved, and it would finish Panama 4, Guatemala 3. One last look at the standings here today in Group A, which is now decided. Not in terms of who exactly finishes where, but clinched spots in the semifinal for Mexico and Panama with 6 points after 2 days. Guatemala and Cuba both eliminated, so tomorrow Guatemala and Cuba will play for pride. Mexico and Panama will play to determine who's first, who's second, but both are going through to the semifinal. The crew that makes this possible, I am Joe Malpa saying so long for now from Guatemala. Make sure you come back tomorrow for the decisive third day of group play in the 2025 Concacaf W Futsal Championship.